From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough of the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh, bop.
What's up, everybody? This is D, and I just figured you might be saying, okay, D, why are you just showing us this picture of your tank? And I'm wondering if you can figure out what is wrong with this picture. Now, everybody's just swimming happy-go-lucky. It's like they're having a picnic. It's a Sunday afternoon, but if you notice, nothing is moving. It's like, this looks like an oak tree. The shrimp is chilling in the middle of the tank, which he never does. He's like he's on a holiday vacation. And it's because, remember that RW Jebao pump that everybody kept asking me, hey, is it still working? Well, guess what? It died on me. Wonderful pumps, wonderful pumps, wonderful pumps, but as you know, they're not good for a long period of time. I got about 2 years out of this one excellent pump. Lucky for me, my CJ pump is still running, but it does not run as strong as this pump. Does not push. Oh, look at Freddie looking to see what I'm doing. He's like, why are you at the tank? I put my finger to the tank. He's literally in my face. But yeah, once again, if that pump was running, these fish would not be chilling like this, like this, like that, like this, because the flow is so low in the tank right now. So I gotta change this pump out. What are you gonna do? I'll try to clean it and see if I can get it to kick up again, but it is what it is. It has kicked the bucket. So let us look at the replacement. Well, as I'm showing you what the replacement is, I want to thank Amazon for doing me the solid and getting it here so damn quick. I'm really happy. I was wondering whether that Amazon Prime membership was worth it. It is worth it for the one time that I had to get something rushed, which brings me to what I got rushed, and it is the IceCap 3K Gyre Flow pump. So I'm doing a review of this pump, but the fact of the matter is I had a backup pump, but I knew that the pump was nowhere near going to run that tank, and it was actually an older Jebao that I got working again. But so I decided to go with the IceCap. Of course, it set a brother back over $100, about a $149. I got it on Amazon, which was the best price that I saw for it. Comes with a controller. One of the reasons why I got this pump is because I'm tired of buying Jebao pumps every like 2-3 years. Although they're good pumps, some people have said that their pumps didn't last that long. But I need something hopefully is more reliable. Secondly, controllable and able to send that water across that 6-foot tank without creating a ridiculous whirlwind effect. And the fact that you can dial this pump down with the controller, change the flow, and program it by the hour, which is another reason I didn't want it running full throttle throughout the course of the day. My Jebao currently has a ramping motion where it ramps up and then slows down. This one, you can actually program it to run stronger during the day and run slower or lower flow during the evening to simulate like low tide and high tides. So that is a beautiful feature and one of the reasons I went with this pump. The second one is I wanted to get that flow in the manner that it is pulling from the whole tank. And if it's hard, I'm trying to put it in the best way to put it. You want to draw water from the bottom of the tank up. Now, the Jebao does draw water in. It draws water in, but it blows it straight out. It's really directional pump. Although it pulls the water in, and if you looked at my other videos, you'll see that it pulls the water in from all the directions, and it pushes it out in one direction. So this one creates a circular flow, and it is very controllable. Okay, so here we have the IceCap box. First, let's start out with the packaging. Very nice packaging. Tells you all the breakdown of the technology. As you can see here, has a unique gyre flow, evenly distributes the water throughout the tank, has a nice low profile design, and we kind of started to love. Waterproof magnets, well, they better be waterproof. They're going in water. controller with a mountable cable. I'll look at that because I'm not sure what they mean by mountable oh, the cradle. I'm feeling illiterate. Mountable cradle. So I'll see. I'll probably remove my Jebao controller and put this one in its place. Now, the 5 flow modes and the programming we'll take a little bit of a look at once we get it set up. So, first and foremost, this is rated for 25 to 100 gallon tank. What you saying, yo, D, your tank is 125, that's okay, because the flow is what I'm looking. I'm not looking to blow the fish out of the water. I just need the controllable flow. And at first shot, very well packaged. Everything is in that nice moldable type of cardboard, so everything looks like it's nice and stable. We have our gyre warranty and registration material, as well as instructions on how to set it up for directional flow and so forth. So I'll take a look at that later. You know how we guys are bad at reading directions, but I'm going to actually read those. All right, we have the controller. We have the controller here, which is really well made. Sorry if it's kind of dim. I'm trying not to blind out the camera, so the controller's really nice. This will look nice on the side of my tank. I'll try to decide which side of the tank I'm going to put it on. It's not much bigger than the Jebao. Only thing is, I guess this has the digital readout here, which we'll take a look at. But it's not too much. The Jebao is probably about that big, so this will sit on there nicely on the tank. And here you have the mounting issue, the mounting bracket here, which clicks on nicely. I can put the screws right through this and then mount it nice and easy, so that's cool. That'll be good for if you want to remove it from the tank, since this just comes off. If you want to remove the controller, take a look at it, fiddle around with it, you can do that. Otherwise, I can probably put screw there, boom. I don't have to fill my hood or whatever full of screw holes. So that's good. Sit that in there. Of course, you have your power brick. Power bricks are getting smaller and smaller nowadays, but this one is a little bit smaller than the Jebao power brick. I could be mistaken, but it's nice low profile. And this is going to fit in the same spot as the Jebao, so I'm not worried about that. Let's get to the piece de resistance, the pump itself. Pump, at first glimpse, is very solid. Okay. Magnet has a rubber footing. If you notice, as I hit it, you don't hear a clunking noise. So I would assume that these rubber feet are made to absorb vibration, and they kind of fit right in here. This is a little separator so that you don't stick them both together. This little separator. As you stick them both together, you probably break your finger off. This is a very strong magnet. Very solid. And of course, ooh, now that clunked in there. You got your IceCap logo there. IceCap all the way. And like I said, the directional flow is awesome. You can direct these upward. Like this does have a controlled back, so you're gonna pull water in here and recirculate it. Let me try to stay in camera here. You're gonna pull that water in and recirculate it out. So the good thing about this design is, if you compare it to the Jebao unit, which is more of a directional bulkhead flow, it blows in one direction or the other, and you can turn it, but it still blows in one direction. This is going to push water across the whole surface, or more or less most of that 24 inches of width of the tank, and pull it back in. So I'm probably going to bother a lot of corals that weren't used to getting moved, which is why I didn't go with the biggest unit I could get, because this one does push a lot of water, which we will see. Look at these rubber feet cushions. If you look right here, made to absorb the vibration. See how they give? You don't hear any wobble. They absorb that vibration. They're really sturdy. If anything was to go in this pump over a long period of time, it might be those. Not that I'm putting the whammy on it, but they're very very small right here. But seeing how this is held at 4 places, I don't see that happening. And this seems to be a very well-made pump. So let's get this all set up and put the money where the mouth is. All right. Well, folks, now it's time for the moment of truth. The gyre is a pretty sexy looking piece of equipment. I will say if you have a smaller tank, it may take up a little bit of real estate, but in my tank, being more than 18 inches deep, it has a really nice profile, man. I really like it there. I did have to move a few things to make room, but on the outside of the tank, it's really low profile. And the control fits right into the spot where my Jebao control was. So I really didn't lose any real estate. I do like the narrowness of the vents which lead into the pump. I'm not worried about fish going in. And like I says, it's going to be controlled by my Apex control. I'll change what used to be the Jebao to just reflect that it is now the gyre, and we'll turn it on right here. Alright, everything is full throttle. Whoa, whoa, well, I'll tell you right off the bat, this baby is pushing some water. I mean, my fish ran for the hills, and it is throwing that wave straight across the tank. I do like the fact that due to its length across the tank, just based on the shape of the pump, I get a feeling that it is blowing from one end of the tank widthwise to the other tank, the full like 18 inches. This tank is 24 inches high and 18 inches across. I mean, I'll blow some sediment up just so you can try to get an idea. Look how it is pulling that up and into the flow of the water. It actually pulls on the one side and it is blowing on the other side. And I'm really going to like that, because I think that was a definite piece of the puzzle that was missing with the Jebao. It is not as directional as the Jebao pump, and I'm really gonna like that. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments, of course, because it is blowing in some areas that was not getting blowed into before, so I can move that across. And once again, just the fact that this is controllable, I can adjust any settings. I'm running it at its factory setting, but I'll probably turn it down to about 30-40% until I get a feel for how the circulation is in the tank, and get rid of some of the previous dead spots that I had in the tank. Well, you can see this Kenya is like ready to blow off the rock, and that's at about 50. I think it's on 50% right now. I mean, even with the flow, people say, oh, you need flow, this, that, this. As you can see, it is blowing like crazy, and you still get sediment that doesn't move because you get sediment in cracks and crevices. But I will be adjusting the flow of this gyre, because I am really happy with the power that this gyre is putting out. And who knows, homie get a couple of funds, I may replace that C-Che with a gyre at the other side and just have it alternate. My shrimp is exploring. I'm going to worry about the fish for a little while. Of course, it comes with some strainer screens that you can actually place over the pump so that your animals don't get sucked in. I'll probably put that on there because this guy makes me nervous with his antennas and things like that, because they're going to want to investigate anything new that I put in the tank. Oh, this guy makes me nervous. So I'll probably put that on a little later. Justin, right now everything is okay. Well, here's the tank after a few weeks running the gyre, and I have to say I am still discovering some of the settings on this pump. It is a beast. I have not run it any higher than like 60% because it just throws my coral into like a tailspin. I've kind of been playing with the right balance, and while there is a little noise from the pump that my wife has nicely pointed out, when you set it on the higher settings, if you play around with the settings, it kind of eliminates and reduces the noise. But all in all, this is a really nice pump with a lot of features, controllability, And my torch likes it, so it must be good. So till next time, this is D signing out. I hope this helps you, and I'm out. See ya. Say bye-bye, little Mike.